Da-da-da-da-da. We are here. You gotta love it. Oh my gosh.
Okay, so the thing I think I love the most about doing these videos with you in the morning is that I get up and I answer like all the emails that I did not answer starting at midnight, but it's also like a realization of like, if you just got up and answered those emails, it only takes you about 5 minutes.
Hey, so see, that's perfect. That's perfect. I think my favorite part is, and this is gonna sound so cheesy, but I get to start my morning talking to you.
You know what? It definitely sets a better tone for the day.
But it's funny because I go to bed talking to you.
That is also accurate, at least for the next 12 days. 10 days. It's only 10 more days.
I know. So, but it just starts the day off so great. And my husband is a little bit jealous of you, just a little bit.
Mine too. I think that John and David should start video chatting.
Oh my gosh. How funny would that be?
Oh my God. That would be, okay. Sorry.
Even my daughter yesterday. So I got upset with her because she wasn't doing the dishes. And I said something about doing the dishes. And John was like making a joke, goes, "Oh, your mom's getting mad." And he goes, she says to me, "Well, maybe she should go talk to her friend Lindsay. She makes her happy. She's always laughing, ha, 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 with Lindsay. But when she comes out here and talks to me, it's do the dishes, do this, do that. You don't do this." She's like, "Go talk to Lindsay." And I was like, whoa, hello, 18. Whoa. Whoa. So, yeah, people are feeling it. That's all right. There are worse things in the world.
Well, Dave is like, because I will tell you right now, like I don't know if you've met me, but I'm a little bit of an overachiever. I like to think that I can conquer the world every single day.
We're optimists.
And like, I'm like, I can make 300 items in 3 hours. No, I can't.
Yeah.
But in my head, I'm like, doing this.
That's right.
You know? And
right here.
Dave has said
right
to me
here.
like, multiple times, he's like, "Honey, you really don't have to make that many items for Hangmas." I'm like, "Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yes, I do." And he's like, "You really don't." And I'm like, "Yes, I do." And he's like, "I'm never going to win this argument." And then he's like, "You know what?" And then I was like, "Oh yeah, I've got to go do that thing with Marley." And he's like, "Yeah, go do that. Go do that." And I'm like, "That's last time sewing."
Yeah.
And he goes, "Yeah, but you're more okay when you don't finish things after you talk to Marley." So basically you're my mental health professional. Thank you.
That's perfect. That's perfect. That's awesome. Well, I think it's great. Hello, Lindsay Martin. How was your night?
It was great. It was really great.
Good.
Other than the fact that my dog decided she wanted to go out in torrential rain at 30 degrees.
Oh, did she stay out there long?
Yes. My poor husband came in. He's like, "You can dry her off." And I was like, "Yes, I can." He was drenched. And then she was like, "Let's go back out." And I was like, "Oh, I have to go this time." So then I came inside and I was like, "Get in the bed. I'm cold.
Oh, that's awesome. So I decided after I watched Hankmas, I was like, you know what? I'm going to take a shower. And I went to bed with my hair wet. And that's exciting because wow.
I mean, wow. I did not go to bed with my hair wet. This is what my sister refers to as bedhead. This we refer to it as bedhead, but my dad had like the most epic bedhead. Like seriously, we have pictures. My favorite pictures of my dad are him like half asleep going with hair like this. And so occasionally I'll wake up and it's like super epic mohawk and I'll send it to my sister and she's like, "Hi, Dad."
That's hilarious. That's awesome. My mom says you two ladies are blessed to have very understanding husbands. Yes.
Yes, we are.
Yes, we are. We are aware.
I am fully aware. My husband is so understanding this morning. Like I was putting on my hat and like getting dressed and Dave's like, "Oh, you're going to the grocery store, right?" I'm like, "Why would I be going to the grocery store right now?"
Oh, you're cute.
What? And he goes, "Honey, you're out of strawberries." Like I've had a smoothie every day for breakfast for like the last 10 years. Okay. Like this is not a joke.
Right.
This is like DEFCON 1.
Right.
And I'm out of strawberries. And like yesterday, I was just like, la, 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 chopping up my strawberries and threw it away and just didn't register that like, you gonna need these strawberries, boo. And so I was like, no, I I don't have strawberries. And he was like, you don't have strawberries. And I just stood there and I was like, depression.
Oh my gosh. Oh my
Gnashing of teeth. And I'm like, I don't have strawberries. He goes, well, I could order breakfast. I could order you breakfast. And I'm like, okay, do that. So I'm getting a surprise breakfast. Don't know what I'm having for breakfast today.
Oh, that's really awesome.
But Dave's ordering. I was like, I just want something with bacon and eggs. I don't care what it is. And he's like, okay.
Yeah.
So, my favorite flavor is I didn't have to pick.
Right? Oh my gosh. So Caden says to me, it was not Josiah, it was Caden. He said that he was watching TikTok because, that's what all the kids do. And now
I'm not going to lie. I do like a TikTok compilation on YouTube.
It sucks you in, man. It
so
sucks
fast.
You in so
bad.
I
will not download it.
I didn't either. I don't even have an account because
I don't either.
So Caden says to me, Mom, I saw this thing on TikTok where you make like a spinny wheel, sort of like a spin the bottle, spin the wheel, spin to win. And I'm like, where are we going with this? Like, what are we doing here? He's like, what you do, you put the name of all the different restaurants you like. He goes, then when your girl says, where do you want to go? I don't know. You pick, you just spin the wheel. And he goes, we need one of those, Mom. And I was like, all right, dude. So I feel like I should buy him. Like all I keep thinking about is like back in school, you had your paper and you had one of those pegs that opened up on the bottom. Like I can't even think of the name, and you had the spinny wheel. I feel like he should make me one of those for Christmas, or I should make him one.
Or do one of those, those things. Oh,
what are those called?
I don't know.
Those are awesome though. That's a good
That
idea.
would be a fun one. We have a die. When we got married, clearly my mother knew me as a human. When I got married, my mom's wedding gift to me was a dice. It's a really pretty like etched metal die. And it says like burgers, Chinese, Italian.
I didn't know where you were going there because I got a dice, but I didn't have those options.
So it's like burger, Chinese, Italian. Like it's got 6 options on it, and it's still in my kitchen. I know exactly where it is. And when I'm like, what do you want for dinner? And Dave's like, I don't know. I'm like,
get the dice. That's awesome.
Burgers tonight.
Yeah, I think Tara got me my dice. Wasn't my mom. And I don't even know where it is anymore, actually. But anyways, I digress.
But like the joke in our house is marriage is just asking the other person what you want for dinner every night until you die.
Fortune tellers. That's
fortune tellers.
Fortune tellers. There we are.
I love that I made this motion and you knew exactly what I was doing. I was like, what is the little foldy paper thing?
We aren't the only ones. Everybody watching is like, yes, what are those?
They're all going to look up how to make, because I don't remember how to make one now. We're all going to look up how to make one on YouTube now.
That's fantastic. Oh my God. All right. So I'm so glad that you had a good night. I'm glad we got a good night's rest and we're all like going forward, making all the things today, doing all the things. And we've got some goodies today. So I'm not just wearing my hat because I've got bedhead like fierce. But today's knitting quickie is actually the double dip hat. Can you guys all see that? Like this is, I love this hat.
I love that hat pattern.
It's so fantastic. And you don't have to put the pom on. I love me a good
I love a pom-pom.
Yeah, I love a pom-pom super bad. So yeah, we got that today. So let's jump into 24 Days of Quickies because I know you have a hard stop and we're already past it. So if you have to leave,
10:30 my time.
Oh, then we're good. Oh, we got like an hour.
Yeah.
All right. Awesome. Okay. Well, let's do a share.
I keep forgetting that like I said 10:30 instead of 11:30 because like I'm used to you being behind me in time.
Yeah. Yeah. It's very
still
weird.
Making that adjustment.
I just leapfrogged right over top of you. It's like I bound you off or something.
I couldn't believe when you told me that you were Eastern time. I'm like, no, you're not. Indiana's not Eastern time. And apparently I was totally wrong.
Oh, dude. Speaking of Indiana, total squirrel here. Have you seen the new Netflix movie, The Prom?
No.
Okay, it's totally not what you when you hear a movie called The Prom on Netflix, what do you expect?
It's a prom,
like a teeny bopper sort of movie thingy, right? No, it is not. It is not. Oh. It is highly. It is not. It is a musical. It is interesting, and it's all centered around Indiana. It's that's the only reason I thought about it was Indiana.
Okay.
It was like what the heck? It's very interesting. Give it a watch. It's interesting. All right. That was a total squirrel moment, but there you have it. Okay. So share screen. Let me get it going here. All right. share. I've like clicked it like 3 times.
It's okay. It's okay. Hey, we're doing great. 2020.
We got this. We got this.
You got
I love
it.
that Penny is just looking out the door like somebody save me.
She's like this crazy person on the screen. Mama's talking to the crazy person on the screen.
Okay, so if you don't know by now, you obviously just haven't been here. This is the URL for the 24 Days of Quickies. You will go to that every day. Put it into your Marley Bird folder, which is in your bookmark on your web browser. Oh, did you wake up to Google being down? We got to talk about that. So,
no?
Yeah, Google was down, dude. Like Google, like
Google.
Money doesn't get when Google is down. Like, I mean, seriously.
2020 is like in its death knell. It's like, I'm not letting go. I'm not gonna do it. You can't make me.
Yeah, everybody's like, there's nothing more. Google's like, hold my beer, right? Like, I watch this. Gmail, poosh, YouTube, poosh.
No, my Google was up this morning when I came into my office. I guess I must have slept just long enough.
I'm pretty sure the L's were like DEFCON 5, right? Like, gotta fix it. Anyway.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so put this URL in your Marley Bird folder so you can find it. You will go to this URL every single day. This was yesterday's. Oh my gosh, these were a hit, by the way. Like everybody was.
They're so cute.
This was a huge hit. Everybody was like, that is such a great idea. Loved it so much. Got this figured out finally.
Okay.
Speaking of Google, for whatever reason, this is the weirdest thing. My Google Doc that I was looking at was not updating with the same link that Chrissy's Google Doc was looking at. So she's like, the link works. I'm like, the link does not work. And I'm like filming. And she's like, I am not looking at the same thing. We were both on the same doc. Talk about weird. So anyways, we got that.
Oh, that makes me so nervous. I have a lot of shared Google Docs. Oh my gosh.
Right? All right. So today there is not a holiday armadillo today, but we have some really cute patterns. So the crochet pattern, it says, march over and grab this adorable penguin ornament pattern from Stephanie of Grace and Yarn. I don't know Stephanie.
They are so cute. It is painful.
So I totally agree with you. Obviously, this is going to be your coupon code when you go to Ravelry, but click the image or click where it says click here for the pattern. You're going to go to Grace and Yarn. She just looks like somebody I would be friends with. Yeah. These are the most adorable little things ever. Like,
oh my goodness, they are so precious.
They just make me happy. They just make me happy looking at this. So looking through all of this, obviously you can go through, find the pattern, 24 Days of Quickies, click here to join our newsletter. We all talked about newsletters and how important it is. If you like what she has to offer, join her newsletter, because you never know when Google's going to go down or Facebook's going to say, nope, we don't know who you are.
I know that you feel me when I say Facebook.
Facebook.
Oh,
I will give you guys like an update on that drama. Let's finish this. Okay, so the penguin ornament pattern is part of the 24 Days of Quickies. Click here to get your free PDF. So make sure you use coupon 24GRACE. So let's see if she already has it inputted. I'm not sure. Oh, she does.
Boom.
Great. So you click that. Make sure you're logged into Ravelry, you guys, and it will automatically put it into your cart once you click checkout now. And boom, there it is. Okay. Or not put it in your cart, put it in your library. That's what I mean. So right here, it's stored in my library. I can download it if I want to. If you're not signed into Ravelry, I think it just makes it to where you can download it. I'm not sure. I try and be logged into Ravelry as much as possible.
I think when I've done it in the past, not this year, I haven't tried it this year, because Ravelry and I are not a thing I can do. But I think it makes you log in now.
Yeah. Okay.
I wouldn't know. Like last year, it made us log in. So
okay. Well,
that's my experience.
Like I'm still on Classic Ravelry because I really have a hard time looking at the other one.
I can't. Even Classic Ravelry makes my eyes vibrate somehow. Yeah, I don't know if maybe it's just that I wasn't on Ravelry for so long. I don't know.
It's really difficult, but I love these things. I mean, these are really super cute.
Those are super, super cute.
Absolutely make these. So great.
I am totally okay. So confession, the person who's coming over to help me sew today, he is an avid amigurumi maker. Like that's all he crochets. And every year he gives all of our little friend circle, we all get a crocheted ornament for our tree. And last year, I haven't gotten this year's. Last year it was an amigurumi of you in a little Hogwarts cape with your Hogwarts house scarf. So that was super amazing. It's amazing. He does great things. And so he always makes us an ornament. So we have a tree that's all like our nerdy Matthew ornaments, which is so great. I'm going to download this pattern and give it to him.
You should.
He would totally make these for everybody.
They're so cute. Absolutely adorable. All right, so next up we have Linda of Linda Dean Crochet. I love my Linda. Linda is fantastic. I think this is the first time Linda's been a part of something like this, so this is exciting to have her here. 24 Days of Quickies, Chinese lantern bag, a free crochet pattern. And today only you can download the ad-free PDF of the Chinese lantern bag here. So can you guys see that? It's not like it's a hyperlink. It's not a button. It's right there. See how it puts that underline underneath it? So let's click it and see where it takes us. It takes us here. Can we do buy now? Do we need a code? Nope. So just click buy it now and it automatically makes it free. All right. So I guess pay with PayPal. It just puts it in there.
You just have to choose something because that's the pay. It just has to do a thing.
And there you go. You guys see how that worked? All right. Let's take a look at what it is now. So it's super cute little lantern bag. You could absolutely see my niece loving a little thing like this, like carrying around her stuff with it. Like she would love that. Super cute stuff. Linda Dean, she used to be the president of the Crochet Guild of America. She's got lots of different crochet patterns on here. You should absolutely check them all out. She's got tutorials, she's got a newsletter, lots of different stuff. So make sure you take some time to spend some time on Linda Dean Crochet's website. All right, last but not least, we have me, which at least I'm wearing makeup in that one. And those eyelashes, those are mine. Those are not like fake eyelashes. Like
girl,
those are mine.
That's not fair.
Right?
Nobody likes a bragger.
They hit my glasses.
Like, Dave has that problem. I'm like, yes. What's that like?
Yeah, they hit
I have like the puniest eyelashes ever.
That's why, like, I have my, like, it's the screen cleaner, but I'm always using it to clean my glasses because my glasses always have marks from my eyelashes. Always. Anyways, so today, if you guys don't know, I think I made this in July or something. I don't really
I want to say it was around there.
I learned, let's click on this. I learned this stitch from watching a Russian YouTube channel. I love watching the Russian YouTube channels. I get a lot of information. I don't understand a word they're saying. And it's
all of my sewing tutorials are like Korean or like, I don't understand what they're saying, but they make such good, like up close visuals.
Yeah. I can see what's going on. And it's funny because I'll hear some words and I'm like, oh, I know what that word means now. Cause I don't like sitting right here. I can't repeat the word, but if I heard it, I'd be like, oh, I know what that is. And so I was watching her do this tutorial on how to work this stitch. And I'm like, oh, I love that. I wonder if I could put that into like a hat pattern or something. And so I whipped this up. And ironically, I guess some other people probably watched the same video or something and started whipping up sort of similar things. So we all have kind of the same brainwave. But anyways, yeah, I love it. It's a basic sort of ribbing pattern, but you drop down and pick up stitches.
It's so pretty.
Yeah, it's really neat. It kind of gives sort of a fishtail sort of look. And you don't have to do a palm if you don't want to at all. And yeah, so here's the deal, you guys. Yeah, look at those eyelashes. Wow.
Oh,
wow.
No one likes the bragger, Marley Bird.
I'm impressed. I don't usually look at my own self like that close or that big.
So it's like, it's very weird to have to look at your like that way. Cause like when you're doing a live video, like I have to do a live, like I'm doing the live up here and then I have it on my computer screen down here so I can like type comments. It's very disconcerting to like look at yourself and then look at yourself 5 seconds ago. Yeah. Very weird.
I totally get it.
Very weird.
So right here, guys, this is really important. I liked my hair like that. 24 Days of Quickies, free knit patterns for 24 hours. So here's the deal. I have uploaded, where is it?
You can roll over. That's a hyperlink, the download button below. Your cursor turns into a pointer.
There should be a literal button there. There was a button there this morning. What is happening? I don't know what's going on. Anyways, if you click on this, it should come up. Yeah. So you can download the pattern. There was a button this morning. I don't know why it's not there. But you have to get it from there to get the free pattern. The reason I'm pointing this out is because if you keep scrolling down, oh, there it is. Look, they put it underneath the video. That's what happened.
Oh, gotta love that.
Download button. Yeah. I have no control of the ads, y'all. If you guys are ever wondering, like, why does Marley do this? I don't. Like the ad people do it. I don't do it. But there it is right there. So if you click download there, that automatically downloaded to my computer. It didn't just open it up into a web browser, because I have my computer settings set for that.
Right.
But you can click on that there to get the pattern. The reason I'm pointing this out is down here. If you were to click here, that would take you to Ravelry. If you click here, that takes you to Ravelry. If you click here, it takes you to Ravelry. But you'll have to pay if you go to Ravelry. The only way you're going to get my free pattern today is from this download. Okay. I don't like to make my patterns free on Ravelry anymore. I used to, like I would give a coupon code and do things like sometimes I will still do it, but it's very rare I do it. Now that I know I can do this, I tend to do this. I'm actually going to be switching from doing this, and because I'm starting up a store in my actual website, so I'm going to be doing that soon. So it's a gradual migration over. You guys have to work with me here, but this is what you need is the download.
I also really like the layout of this like the color block at the top. I like it a lot.
Or the pattern itself.
For the pattern, yeah. I like it a lot.
So that's like a pick monkey thingy.
Girl, hey, I love me some Canva. Don't even front.
It just keeps it very consistent. So yeah. I've been trying to keep all of my patterns just like this, and I try and make the color kind of match whatever the color of the piece is.
Oh, I think you did a great job. I love it.
Have it fun.
Also, so, I love your smiling face on when you model your stuff. I'm always like, she's so photogenic.
I know, it's crazy. Like,
it's so infuriating.
I'm so sorry. So did I ever tell you about me I was doing a craftsy class. This is the weirdest. So it was like one of my first craftsy class. No, it wasn't the first. It was like the third or fourth. And the camera guy, like in between takes, he does like B-roll stuff. So he's taking pictures of everything. But then he got out his actual camera and was taking pictures of me. And I hear him like taking the pictures, and he'd go, huh. And he'd take a couple more pictures. He'd go, And I'd look at it, I was like, what's going on? He goes, nothing. And so I'm looking at it, and he goes, nothing. And I smile. He takes a picture. He goes, wow, you're really photogenic. And I said, don't act so shocked. Like,
good for you. Good for you.
Because he kept going, huh? Like, wow, she really
like, I mean, like, you don't take a bad photo. Like, you never take a bad.
Like, my profile is not good. Like, I don't like my profile. But straight on, I'm not bad. Like, I take a picture.
Because like your selfie game is like A+, A+.
There's a whole class. I should make a whole class on how to take a selfie.
Girl, I would take that class. I would take a class.
It's because, and I only got good at selfies. This is not because an ego thing or anything, but because I am the brand, which is kind of funny that I took my hat off and showed you my crazy hair. But I like to I want to say control the images that are out there as much as possible. So when you're at places, you're taking pictures with people, you never know what kind of picture you're going to get. So if I'm able to control the selfie of us taking a picture together, I can control what the image is, because nobody wants a bad picture of them out there.
Right. And
so that's how that all kind of started. And then it just became a thing. And people were like, oh, you got a Marley Bird selfie, and I'm like, all right, cool. That's awesome.
You are very good at the selfie.
Thank you. But yeah, I told the photographer, I was like, don't act so shocked. Because he was quite literally shocked that I was photogenic. I'm like, wow, dude, that's really not very nice. I know. Anyways, so yeah, this is your free pattern today. It is free until 10 o'clock tomorrow. So make sure you go grab that pattern. It is always free on my website. This particular pattern is for sure, but this is the first time you can get, I think it's the first time. I don't think I've ever put it for free as an ad-free PDF before. So this is just a gift from me to all of you out there. Let's see here. So many people commented. We haven't even said hello to everybody today. We have just been jabbering along. Hello, Chris. And my mom is here, obviously, saying hello. And Tuba and Becky and Heather. And Marcia is here again. She says, yay, I woke up on time. Julie is here. She says, you two are so much more fun than my therapist ever was. Honestly, y'all are making us feel really good. Speaking of, I'm going to take a minute here. Go give a thumbs up, guys. For whatever reason, we're getting a couple thumbs downs. And part of me is like, do they not like the patterns? Do they not like us talking? Why? I mean, you get free entertainment, you get some free patterns. What's not to like? So
you're hilarious.
It's so funny. Just ask us. So yeah, make sure you go give us some thumbs up. So we have Mary is here, Marcy is here, Thea is here, Antoinette is here, Chunsaker 50 is here, Donna, Allie, oh, my daughter, good morning from my bedroom.
Hi, Allie.
Hey, Allie girl. And she says the prom, exclamation point. She really enjoyed it. Let's see here. Julie, Donna, Native Wind, Jacqueline. Oh my gosh, so many of you are saying hello. Thank you so much for all the kind comments on the video from yesterday. Like, you guys are just like, my cheeks hurt. I'm smiling. This is so great. I'm so happy. That makes us feel really good. And
yeah, Marley screenshotted it and sent it to me, and I was like, "We're the best."
I was like, they like us. And it got me off my butt, and I started a YouTube channel. I know that sounds kind of funny, but
that does sound funny because you didn't know how to.
Another YouTube channel. Yeah, I didn't know. I had no idea. But
I don't.
So the After Dark Book Club is going to be moving forward. Like, it is going to happen, Lindsay. We're going to do this. We're going to do this. We got to figure out like how organized and whatnot we want to keep it. Because I kind of don't want to. I kind of just want to keep it just like this, where we're just getting together and talking.
Yeah, but we're going to have to like make a plan about the books though.
Yeah, that definitely has to happen.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll put that on the website because I did buy the URL.
Yeah.
So
and luckily you know about WordPress because I don't.
Yeah, I do know that. Yeah, everybody is saying hi and that they love us both. So that makes me feel so good. Trolls give the thumbs down. Yes, we're gonna go with that.
Yeah, you know what's super funny? You know what I think is super funny is like in the same way, like I'll do a live sale and you know, like it's just like, here's a bag, we're having a good time, like ta-da, right? And then like later, you know, you get the statistics on your back end of like how many people commented, how many people were viewing, like how long they viewed, blah 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 blah. And I'm like, people were angry? Why were people angry?
Yeah.
What was that about? I don't want anybody to be angry.
It's so funny. Oh my gosh. All right, Marsha Lynn, I totally want the book club to come. Marsha, it will come. And it will happen. Where y'all can read it if you want to with us, but essentially we're just going to give you a list of books we're reading. You're more than welcome to join us. We're just going to have a discussion no matter what. You can just sit back, relax, and enjoy the talk.
I mean, like, was it the Beard series? I think it was the Beard series that you put me onto. It was so good. Like when I finished it, I was like, what do you mean there's no more?
I mean, like, what do we like that book withdrawal, or what is it called?
Book hole.
Yeah, the book hole. Like
it's a book hole.
It's real. Like
it's real.
Finish a series, you're like, what am I gonna read now? Like, what do I go to?
Typically when that happens, I text you and I'm like, what do I read now?
Right? Or sometimes there's a real heavy book, like it's a big one, and you got to have like that palette cleanser.
Oh, I need a girl after you know what book I'm talking about.
Yes.
I had to palette cleanse for like 2 weeks because like I would start thinking about, I'm still upset about it. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. And like I still upset. I'm good. I'm fine. It's okay. I'm okay. I'm fine. But like still upset about it. Like I genuinely I read like 5 rom-coms in a row, just like 6-7 hour books, like short books, because I was like, nope, not ready for it. Nope, can't. Nope.
Right. And but I mean, like, we have those authors that we know are our palette cleanser authors. Like,
oh yeah. Like where you're just like, you know what? My life is too much right now. I just need a happily ever after where everybody loves everybody.
Right. Yeah. And like we have there's a couple series that we read that it's the same narrator. And so I started following the narrator on Facebook and I invited Lindsay. And so now I feel kind of stalkerish, but then
it's not just me. I do too. I feel like maybe we're stalking her a little bit.
Well, and then I tried to like kind of, I know this sounds funny, but I tried to be like, hey, I'm not a stalker. Like I'm also like a personality on Facebook. Like I get it. Like get what you, like, I really love what you're doing. You're doing a great job. Yeah. And, and I'm like, I don't want her to think I'm crazy because I'm not crazy. I just like what she does. She does such a good job.
Well, she does such a good job, but also like she does a good job of promoting the books that she's narrating. Yes, and like that series that we found because of her, remember last year?
And that author lives here in Indiana somewhere.
Ooh, but like I'm 2 books behind on that somehow.
I don't know how. Like
I don't know how that happened.
I caught up on that one.
I think because I read the one that we were like, so that one with that upsetting scene.
Yeah.
That scene.
Yeah. I was a mess on that one.
I know. And then like because we were talking, you posted about it because the narrator and the author had done like a thing together on Facebook. Yes. And you posted about it and the author actually responded. And I was like, oh my God, this is like every dream I've ever had in my life.
Right.
And then I because she was recording the fourth book when I finished that one, and it was like a month afterwards, and then I was getting ready for Stitches West. That's what it was.
There you go.
I was just like full panic mode. It's fine.
I don't know. Like I'm dying because we have one author. I mean, you guys, Kresley Cole, like she has been like on hiatus for like almost 3 years now. It feels like.
I'm just glad that Gina Showalter confirmed that she's alive.
Mm-hmm. I hope she's okay. That's all. That's the big thing there. But like dying to find out what's going on in her series. You know, like I'm just dying. Like right now, I'm reading Eloisa James. A friend of mine had recommended her. They're like historical romances, like completely different area. And I mean, just to give you guys an idea, like we read anything romance, and even young adult stuff is good too, guys. Like it's good writing. Yeah, I don't know, some good stuff there. Yeah,
I'm on book 8. There's only 12 in the series that I'm reading, and they're shorter. They're like 10, 7, 8, 9. Like they're not like the super long
hours
ones.
Is what she's talking, y'all. Hours.
Yeah, sorry, hours. Here's a funny story for you. So yesterday, Dave wakes up and he goes, "Uh-oh." And I'm like, what's wrong? Like, what's wrong, babe? And he's like, Audible's having a sale. And I was like, what'd you say?
What?
And he goes, $10 titles. And I'm like, pardon me? And he's like, $10 titles. Just, you know what, honey? Like, that's cheaper than a credit, because I've trained my husband to know how much a credit costs. He knows. Mm-hmm. And he knows it has to be worth more in time than that credit. So he's like, $10. You need to stock up on all your palette cleansers because they'll be $10. And he was not wrong.
That's smart. That's really smart. So,
you know what? It's so funny because like all of my family is scattered throughout the country. Like I have family in New York, I have family in Michigan, North Carolina, Florida, California. Like my family is really all the way across the country. And so sometimes sending gifts is not super easy because, well, there's a postal crisis. Don't know if you've heard.
Oh yeah.
And
I love it.
So, right. And so like everybody, that's a teacher thing. That's a holdover from my teacher days. And so, when people call and ask Dave, what do they want? What do I want for Christmas? Like, what can we give Lindsay? What can we give Lindsay? Because like, they don't want to give me anything knitting because they know that I know. They're like, she knows all the best people and she'll do it herself. Mm-hmm. Right. They don't want to give me anything sewing because I'm very particular. That's valid. Valid.
The valid thing.
Right. Like they're like, oh, we'll send machine needles. Dave's like, don't send machine needles. Don't do it. Or like, oh, I found this pair of scissors. And Dave's like, don't do it. But I have a pair of scissors though. They're like, you need a pair of these snippers, Marley Bird. Just saying.
Yeah. I don't know. I think these are Ginger. But
yeah,
hey,
these
pro tip, always add a pom-pom to your you won't lose them.
That's also a pro tip. But no, these scissors like genuinely, that's a whole side squirrel.
Okay.
But
okay.
I'll finish this squirrel. When my family asks like, what can we get Lindsay? Dave's like, just buy her Audible credits. And they're like, that feels so impersonal. And like, Dave's like, that's the actual gift she will use the most.
That's the truth.
Like buy me 3 Audible credits. Like I'm happy. That's a week's worth of listening.
Right. That's what I got you when you came to help me with my studio. Remember, I bought you like
you bought me a year's worth of credits.
Yeah,
because you were like, have you checked your email? I was like, no. And you were like, check your email. And I cried when I opened it. I was like, Marley bought me Audible credits.
They're the best. Yeah. So if y'all haven't picked it up, like we're not sponsored by Audible, but that's what we use. Like we use Audible for everything. I mean, it's fantastic. I love Audible so much.
Well, because also, I mean, it doesn't happen often, but if I do have a chance to like sit down and read a book and I've been listening to it, mm-hmm. Amazon offers that whisper sync thing on a lot of books. Mm-hmm. Where like you're listening to it, you can pull up the book on your phone or your e-reader or whatever, and it's in the same spot.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So that you're not going what? Because have you also noticed this is a pet peeve of mine? Sometimes it says like you're on like it says chapter 4, and then you look at your phone and it's really chapter 5.
Yes.
I'm constantly like back and forthing.
It's like flashier. 906. Can you see that?
Yeah, 906. Let me see. Mine's not that high.
906 titles, y'all. I'm not even joking.
906. Now, the number of books that I've read is probably closer to that. But because I had the Audible Escape for so long, I didn't.
We could have a whole show about that. I can't
see it. It's 266 titles.
There you go.
But on my Audible Escape, I've read Audible Escape is at least another 115.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Because like all of the Knitting in the City was on Audible Escape. So I did that. And then, and like I'm in the middle of that when Audible Escape is like, we're going away. I'm like,
yeah.
I read all of the Dragon Kings. All the Dragon Kings was on Audible Escape.
Oh, they're so good.
So I only have like the last 3, which, you know, I'm going to have to fix because I'm a completionist. I have to have them all. All of my palette cleansers were on Audible Escape. I've listened to those multiple times.
Listening to Sherilyn Kenyon because she's now Sherilyn McQueen because she went through
right, but she lives in the town I grew up in.
Really?
Yeah, she lives in Franklin. That's where I grew up.
She moved out of there after the divorce was final.
I don't blame her.
Yeah, she's in Georgia somewhere now.
Good for her.
But yeah, like so, like y'all can't tell like our obsession with audiobooks and stuff is real. And it's because we could do so many different things and still be entertained. Now, we all know like a bad narrator can ruin a book, ruin a book. And that's really tough when you're like, I really love this author, but gosh, this narrator is just killing me. But I've been known to follow a couple narrators.
There's several narrators that I follow. Robert Petkoff, I follow him.
Oh,
I don't understand, like, how can he have that many voices? Like, are there multiple people inside his voice?
I don't know, but when that voice goes deep and it goes like Scottish, I'm like,
yep.
Where's my dice?
Bring it back around.
That is comedy genius right there. That's what that was.
But
wow.
I mean, like, there's just, the thing is I was always a person who loved to be told a story or read a story as a kid. And so like when I discovered audiobooks as an adult, I was like, you mean I can make someone read me a story all the time?
Yeah.
And like Dave loves it too. And I remember when we were in college, he went home. He's from California. He went home to California and we drove him home because he had to drive his stuff home. And so we were driving across the country. And at that time, that was when Harry Potter was like just coming out.
And those are excellent.
I didn't know about Audible then in college, nor would I have been able to afford it. So let's just be realistic. Yeah. I was a very poor college kid. And, you know, we're eating like Subway sandwiches in the car across the country. You know, we were fancy.
What you do?
And so I remember I was reading the second one. I was reading, what is it? The book. What is it? It's not Sorcerer's Stone. Now I'm losing my whole mind.
The Harry Potter book?
Yeah, it was the second. Why can't I not think of this right now?
I'm gonna have to look it up because it's Azkaban is third.
Azkaban is third. It's the diary.
It's the
Harry Potter and the.
Gosh darn it! Okay, hold on. I'm
Chamber of Secrets. I win.
Yes, Chamber of Secrets. I win. What do I get?
Yes. Oh, I don't know why I blanked on that right now. Holy crap!
Oh my god.
Can't believe it. So I was in the middle. I was at the end of I was at the very end because my college roommate actually wrote her senior thesis on Harry Potter. So like she's obsessed. And so I was at the very end of I was at the very end, I think it was the very end of Sorcerer's Stone. And I got to the scene where there's Aragog. It's not reasonable. I have a irrational fear of spiders. I recognize it. I know it's irrational. I realize that it's not realistic that a spider could suck my guts out, but in my head, I could be a husk person. Okay. I could be a husk of a thing. And that's why I can't, spiders are a no-fly zone. And so I'm reading this and I'm just like, in the passenger seat. Right. And Dave's like, what's going on? And so I read in the scene and then like I stop because like he's not going to want to listen to me blather on for nope. He's like, why'd you stop? I was like, oh, do you want me to read it? And he's like, yeah. So we read all, I finished Sorcerer's Stone, read all of Chamber of Secrets and all of Azkaban out to California and half of Goblet of Fire. And then on the way home, I finished Goblet of Fire on the plane ride home. And then that was the summer that the 5th book came out. And I went to a release party with my best friend and got the book and then just had to like sit on it and not read it. So that when I flew back out to California, what do you read out there when you've got the book burning a hole in your bag? And then we read it on the way home and Dave was like, oh man, I just love it. And it was so funny because I was like, do you want me to drive? He's like, nope, you're reading. That's your job. You're reading. That's your job. And I was like, okay. So now when we get in the car, because, you know, cars have come a long way since we were in college.
Yeah.
Now my car just like automatically pulls my book up and starts reading to me as soon as I turn it on.
That's the best. That's the best. You know, Harry Potter, this is going to sound really funny. I used to love to read, and then I went to college and I had to read for college. I just kind of stopped reading for pleasure.
Yeah, because college, school will kill a love of reading like that. And I taught literature.
It just did. And so I was knitting, and Random House Audio contacted me about sending me CDs of audiobooks. And they wanted to like have me do some reviews and stuff. I was like, great, sure. Send me some popular ones right now. So they sent me Twilight and a couple of other things. And I was like, what is this Twilight thing? Like, really? I don't want to read some sort of teeny bopper Twilight, whatever. But I was like, I was on a mission to finish I was on a deadline. So I popped it in, and I'm diverging. I'm having two stories here, but at once, but it's kind of the same thing. So I popped in Twilight, and I was immediately obsessed. Like, I was obsessed with listening to it. I was obsessed knitting, and just like that was my love of audiobooks. So somebody was reading to me, I was knitting along. I wasn't keeping track of what the time was. And I liked the story. I did. I'm just going to be honest. I really liked the story. I mean, I think we could go into a deep dive of all this, of why I like the story, but I mean, and we should sometime, because I think it's important. But I really enjoyed it. I was like, oh, what could I listen to next? And I wanted Harry Potter, but I couldn't afford the Harry Potter ones. So I bought Harry Potter, the book. And so I decided, you know what? I think I'm just going to read them. And it was right before book 7 came out. I'd seen the movies. And I had not read them
until 7 came out?
I had not read them. So I watched all the movies.
Wow.
And so I got the first one, and I just like zoomed through them, right?
Oh, yeah.
And then it was right before, it's like a week before 7 came out. And then 7 came out and was only on hardback. Well, this was like 2007. So I had 3 kids under the age of 4 or 5. Like we had no money. I was not going to go buy myself a hardback book. That was just not happening, right? That's diaper money. And so John was like,
important.
Oh yeah. John was like, well, can you get it from the library? I said, it is so like the wait list is so long. I'm just going to have to wait, which you and I both know when you're reading a series like that and you're like at the climax, that's the last thing you want to do is wait. But I mean, it's just where I was, which is why that is why I had held off reading them for so long, is because I just could not wait. So I'm there. John surprised me. He went to Walmart, I think, and used some of our diaper money and bought me the book and brought it home. I'm going to cry. My husband is so thoughtful. He brought it home and he gave it to me. He goes, I know you want to read this. This is worth it. Here you go. And he gave it to me. And so I was so grateful. Like I spent the next how many hours, like just devouring the book because I loved it so much, but I was so happy that he gave it to me, but that love just from listening to Twilight and being like getting lost in a story again.
Yeah.
And then reading Harry Potter, and so much more art is in the books than in the movies, right?
Of course.
So it's like you're thrust into this world of Hogwarts again, and it's even bigger and better than what you had seen on TV.
Yeah.
It started this passion for reading again for me. And so then I was like, well, what can I read next? And that's when I was introduced to so many different authors. And that's where my passion began again. It's like in 2007, 2008, all this jumped in. And so I realized then, I was like, okay, it was like as an adult, finally, I realized reading for pleasure, I really could read anything I wanted. I didn't have to read John Grisham. Not that he's not good. He's good. He tells a good story. It's not my cup of tea. He's not my go-to. I'm definitely not reading Stephen King. Like that is not happening for me. And so that's when my sister actually introduced me to Kresley Cole and J.R. Ward. And I was like, oh my gosh, I love these. And then I found Karen Marie Moning on my own, and that narrator, oh my gosh. So I was like, yes, please. I need more of these. And so I continued to read out. Like it just started this passion. So my point to all of this is these little books, these little teeny bopper books, these young adult books that are for younger audiences, so to speak. Even as an adult reading those, it sparks something with you. And I think that there's an innocence to them too, because they're not all the big sexy. Like there is some sexy in them, but it's not all the big sexy. You know what I mean? And so as a kid of my own, or even a teenager, like I didn't get my first kiss till I was 19, right? So I remember like this sort of teenage angst stuff, and like, does he like me? Does he not like me? Oh my gosh, he's holding my hand. Like I remember I felt like I was gonna puke the first time a boy held my hand. Like I was so afraid. I was like, what is happening, right? And then the first time a guy went in to kiss me, I just imagined like shark teeth, like these layers of teeth coming in, and I was like, I'm sorry, I can't do this. Like I'm not even joking with you. Like that literally happened.
Oh, I don't doubt that.
Oh, and it's just like, so I read these little books, you know, the young adult stuff, and I'm like, I can so relate to so much of it. And it's exciting to read it, be entertained by it, and then just, it's like, what's next? What's next? And there's such a variety of stories. The authors are amazing. I love all of it. I love all of it.
So as a person who taught middle school for a long time,
Mm-hmm.
Here's a thing that this is a deep-seated personal belief about literature and reading and education today. So I'm going to tell you guys, this may be an unpopular opinion, but I taught high school English and I taught middle school English. High school English, I taught in 1 year to the same group of children, The Crucible and The Scarlet Letter in the same semester.
Really?
Yep. Now, I can sell The Scarlet Letter all day long to a group of horny teenagers, okay? All day long. I can sell that. I can sell that piece of literature, okay? Do you want to read a book that's about like discrimination, but also adultery? And they're like, yes, I do. And then they start reading it and they're like, you lied. And I'm like, I didn't lie. It's just boring. Personal feelings. Here is my thing. I watched children who liked reading get to American classic literature, which in my state is junior lit, and it stopped because we are not evolving as an educational program with the times. I read to my freshmen, we read Of Mice and Men. I feel like it's an important story for children to read. I had to read it out loud because I'm not going to allow that to be read in an audiobook. I had all the access to the audiobooks, but I'm not going to read it because there is offensive language in that book. From the time period, it wasn't offensive. It is offensive now. And so I would read it out loud or replace offensive words because that they're reading along with me. And they loved Of Mice and Men. My students loved Of Mice and Men because they could relate to it. They knew someone who was like Lenny, or they had seen people be discriminated against, like they could relate to it. And even though that's a classic piece of literature, they could relate to it on a personal level because they were kind of living in that clique world that Lenny lived in, where he doesn't always understand things, right? We all understand not understanding things. So that's a book where like kids would learn to like to read. And then I had to follow it up with Lord of the Flies.
I never enjoyed that. I don't even think I finished reading that.
I don't enjoy Lord of the Flies. Is it a great book? Yes. Is it classic literature? 100%. Could I, instead of doing Lord of the Flies, do Maze Runner?
Oh, yeah.
Is it the same concept?
Them going.
Is it the same concept? Yes. Can we talk about the same political structures that are happening? Yes. But instead of giving them something that relates to them in their current space, we're giving them something that was written years and years and years ago for a completely different society and a completely different set of circumstances.
Right.
And so my thing, sorry, I'm flimmy today. So my thing is, we need to stop, like, I took an entire semester course on literary criticism. Okay. I can tell you all the things you need to know about how to criticize a piece of literature and break it down into all of its pieces. I was required to do that for my degree. The problem is we are still reading, we are giving children today who have access to every piece of information they could ever want in their phone instantly, a piece of literature written in a time where most people could not read. And it's not relatable in any way, but also classic literature as we know it, Melville, Hawthorne, even people as recently as like, what's her name? Flannery O'Connor. Even people that recently, it was written to be enjoyed. It was not written to be dissected and pulled apart. And like Animal Farm, George Orwell was absolutely making a statement about communism and governments for sure. But like, guys, there are so many other pieces of literature that we could be giving our kids and having these same conversations. And then they get excited because, oh, well, they're making a movie about that. Yeah, they're making that movie, but you got to read the book first. Mm-hmm. And we are beating children into believing that reading is not fun.
Right.
And if we just changed the book we gave them, like don't give them Lord of the Flies, give them Maze Runner. Mm-hmm. Newsflash, Maze Runner has 2 sequels. They finish Maze Runner and find out that the second one exists. They're in the library checking out the second one. You know how I know this? I did it because I got tired of that. So when I taught middle school language, I took a course about literature circles where basically you let the kids pick the books and then they read them with their friends. Mm-hmm. And they have to come up with a social contract. If you don't read, they have to tell me the schedule that they're going to read the book on. If Marley and I are in our little book circle and Marley doesn't finish the chapters that she's supposed to read for the day, she doesn't get to participate and she has to write an apology. They had to make rules. Let me tell you, middle school kids, way meaner than their teachers. Way meaner. Yeah. I mean, one kid who was he hasn't finished his chapters. He has to go sit in the hall and he has to read them and then he has to write us a book report on the book. I was like, okay. They got real intense. So he's not going to get to participate if he doesn't participate correctly.
Yeah.
And so I broke them up into groups. I got a list of books that I thought they would like. I had Divergent, Uglies, books that are relatable to them, but also, newsflash, above their reading level. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I put them in little groups of their friends. They got to pick their books. They had to give me a list of 5 in order. And then I placed them as I knew that they would work as a group of kids. And then I got my principal was really great at the time. And he bought me enough books for everybody to do that in my classroom. And so I had Divergent was one of the books and Uglies was one of the books by Scott Westerfield. Super interesting take on outward appearances and what the cost of that is. Very interesting political thoughts there. I really enjoyed that book. And I made sure that our library had the next ones in the series, right? I went and talked to our librarian. And I remember when we finished our literature circles and they have to do a presentation of their book to the class, they finished their literature circles. And so I'm it's the same set of books for every class. So I have 7 classes doing this. So there's a total of 40 kids on every series of books, right? In just my classes. Now, all the other language classes were doing it too. So we're talking 120 kids are all trying to vie for the next copy of the next series in Divergent, whatever that one is, not Allegiant, whatever the next one is. And my librarian was like, how are you doing this? And I was like, what? And she's like, I have a wait list for the second book in the Divergent series that is 33 people long. And I was like, I let them pick their books. She's like, well, when they come to the library, they get to pick their books. I'm like, yeah, but you didn't let them talk about it with their friends. And she was like, why are we not doing this all the time? And I was like, this is how we need to be teaching kids. And after that, my kids are like, Miss Martin, when are we doing literature circles again? Can we I'm like, well, guys, I don't have money for more books. And they were like, we'll just rotate those books because my friend read Uglies and she said it was really good. And now I want to read Uglies.
See, it's that it's sparking that excitement, right?
There is a book out there for every child. My book when I was a kid was Harold and the Purple Crayon. I stole it from the library. I stole it. I did. I loved the book so much because Harold draws his adventure and he has adventures with his purple crayon. Also, I love purple. It's the whole thing. And I loved that book so much. I stole it from the library. I hid it and my mom had to buy the library a new copy.
Oh my gosh. I remember
I stole it from the library.
My favorite book, I don't even know if this will shock you or not. It was The Secret Garden.
That does not shock me at all. I love The Secret Garden.
I love The Secret Garden. I have read The Secret Garden 6, 7, 8 times. And I also love The Hatchet. I think it's Paul.
Really?
Yes, I loved The Hatchet.
Okay.
I
was a Borrowers girl.
What's that?
Borrowers? Oh, it's so good. It's tiny people who live under the floorboards. When things go missing, they're the borrowers. They borrow the things.
Interesting.
It's really good.
And before all of those, before Secret Garden and before The Hatchet, I was obsessed with the Babysitter's Club.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Super obsessed. So obsessed. I started a Babysitter's Club with some of my best friends. Stacy Seegert and I started the Babysitter's Club, and now we both are business owners. She's an agent, an agent. I can't think of the word, TV and actors.
Oh,
agent.
Yeah.
Talent agent. She owns her own talent agency now, right? And then I do this. And so we're both these big entrepreneurs. And we started from the Babysitter's Club. We love the Babysitter's Club. And I love Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret.
Yep.
I mean, all of that stuff. And I couldn't wait to get the Scholastic Book Club sheet.
That was the best day of the year.
So awesome. Was so awesome.
Best day
So
of the year.
awesome. And I would go to visit my grandmother in Southeast Kansas. And every time I would go there, we'd go there for a week or whatever. She'd always take us to the library. And I'd always like check out like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 books. Like I would just huge books. I'm never going to read through all of them, but it was like, I want to get all these books. I want to read all these books, right? You know, so exciting. But then, like you said, it's when I got to high school and college, I'm like, there's none of this I really want to read. I mean, there were a couple of books I remember reading in college for fun, which is interesting. They were history books because I really loved history. So, and one of them, they actually ended up making a movie into it. And it's, gosh, I can't even think of it. We Were Soldiers Once and Young. I think it's a Mel Gibson movie now, but I read that book because I loved history so much. My history teacher was teaching another like advanced level class, and I saw that book on his desk. I was like, what's that? And he said, oh, this is a book I'm having my other class read. It's, you know, Vietnam War and everything. And I was like, well, that looks interesting. So I bought it and read it for enjoyment. But it's not fiction, you know what I mean? It's like real.
Yeah.
But I read it and I loved it so very much. It was very good. Then they made the movie. Movie's completely different. I mean, it always is, right? The movies are always different than the books, but it was very good. But that's the only book I can distinctly remember reading in college for fun. And it was still even a history book. Like it just wasn't what I did. So now that I can read all sorts of different books and talk about different books, like it's just exciting. I feel like this should have been our first podcast. I
feel like, I thought of that about 10 minutes ago.
How did this happen? I think it's because I said I started a YouTube channel. So this is what you can expect is, you know, this, but like actually like in-depth talked about specific books. It'll be fun. But man, these 24 Days of Quickies shows are totally...
You never know. You know what? 24 Days of Quickies, you never know what you're going to get.
You never know what you're going to get. Roll the dice with us, baby. Let's see what we're going to do today. Oh, that was funny. I didn't even mean it like that. Like, let's roll the dice. That's funny. Okay. People are excited. They love talking about books. So we're not the only ones that really enjoy reading books. So this is awesome. Yes, Judy Bloom. I love Judy Bloom. Scholastic Book Club. Yeah, people are very excited about this. So if you have enjoyed this show today and you have downloaded your patterns and all the things, make sure you give it a thumbs up, everybody. And then as soon as we are ready to literally go live with our YouTube channel, we will be sure to let you know for sure. And it's, you know, After Dark Book Club is what we've called it. It's nothing to do with knitting or crochet. It's just our love for audiobooks, essentially.
Which is clearly vast and deep.
Yeah, it's pretty darn good. Pretty darn good. So that's it, y'all. Let's see. So this is day 14. We have just a few days left. You have another Hankmas thing tonight. I did want to mention one thing because I wanted to do this yesterday and I forgot. So I mentioned to all of you yesterday that, you know, we're on quarantine here at our house. So like, we're not leaving the house to go shopping. We're not doing anything. So we're doing all of our Christmas shopping online. And I wanted to let you guys know that we use a thing called Rakuten, Rakuten.
It used to be called Ebates. I've been with Rakuten since it was Ebates.
Okay, so I didn't know that. So I joined Rakuten last year.
Oh, girl, I have been using that for like forever.
It's awesome. It is awesome. I've put a link in the video description box below. This is not like one of those, hey, I signed up to get a $25 gift card and it really works. Like I'm telling you guys, all you do is you say, activate my, 15% back coupon or whatever it is, and you get money back for money you're spending. So if you're like me and you're doing your holiday shopping online, do yourself a favor and get this, like be a part of Rakuten and use it. Like it's so simple to do. They have an app on your phone. I use it on my desktop all the time.
I use it on my desktop. That's where I use it.
On my desktop. If you sign up using my affiliate link, when you sign up and you spend your first $20, like at Nike or wherever you're gonna go,
you got shoes on the brain, girl.
I know. I love Nike. Well, Nike's ad just popped up over there.
They know you.
I'm telling you, they are stalking me. So, anyways, when you spend your first money, you get $20. I get $20. It's a win-win. You save money nonstop. Like right now here at the end of the year, the holidays and everything, some of these stores are giving, like I said, 15% cash back. Like I bought stuff yesterday for the boys and I got 12% cash back. And I was like, that's money you guys can get back. I think you get a check in February or March.
Yeah.
You can set that aside and you could buy some more bags. You could buy some more patterns. You could buy some more yarn. Like, it's just like, hey,
yeah, because I used it. I used to, you know, when we were traveling and, you know, when that was a thing.
Yeah.
When I booked a hotel, I would book a hotel and then click the Rakuten, and it was always like 7 to 10% cash back.
Oh, yeah.
And when you're staying in a hotel for 7 days, that is a significant amount of money to get back.
Yes.
I used it on my car rentals. I used it on my shipping fees. I used it on everything that I could use it on. And I remember one time it was right in time for Christmas. I got a check for like, I think it was $1,800 back because like all of my shipping, all of my travel had accumulated. And so like I got it, like that was Christmas that year. We had like $1,800 to spend on Christmas because it was like free money.
Yeah, it's really awesome. So I just wanted to share that with all of you. I mean, we share a bunch of different things with you. So I just want you to know from somebody who literally uses it that you already trust, I get money back, y'all. Like it really do get money back. Like you get money back. It's worth it. You're already shopping online. Do yourself a favor and do that for sure. The link is in the video description box below here. Also, Hankmas is going on tonight. The link to the Erin Lane Bag Buddies group, Erin Lane Bag Buddies, is in the video description box below. So if you want to be part of Hankmas, that's down there. Let's see here. The Moogly bags.
Moogly bags.
We are almost sold out of these, guys. You know what? Give me a Merry Christmas and buy out these bags so we can be done. We had the extra bags made, and now I'm like, should we have made the extra bags? Like maybe we shouldn't have. I love these bags. Everybody who's getting them, they're already using them. They're like, oh my gosh, they're so great. They are so awesome. They hold so much. You guys know, like these things are fantastic. So
I can attest to the fact that if you're perhaps if you have a pet that feels the need to take the thing that smells like mom and a wild animal and run around the house with it, it's safe.
There you go. There you go.
I'll tell you that from experience.
Oh, somebody is saying Michael's, Joann's, Target, Hobby Lobby. Yes, all of those
are on there.
I used Target just the other day when I bought the storage things
crates
for the Christmas trees, you know. Yeah, totally bought it. So yeah, you can use it for Target. I know Michael's is on there also, all of the things.
I know that Old Navy is generally on there.
Old Navy, Under Armour, Nike, Lane Bryant, DXL. I'm trying to think of all the places I've bought. Target, Ulta, Sephora.
I mean, that covers pretty much everybody in your family.
Cabela's. I didn't buy from Cabela's, but I saw it on there because I know my other family, or my other side of my family, buys from Cabela's. Yeah, like there's
everything.
There's a lot there. So I mean, and if you don't see like their little symbol pop up, do a search because it might pop up. Like it's just crazy, guys. It's really, it's getting some of your money back, and it's fantastic. I love it. Destination Lane is still open. Is that right?
Yes, it is still open. We have had a huge response this year so far. It's the safest way to travel because we always ship on time. Because you can't leave your house. here we are. But we've had a huge response so far. I haven't looked in a couple of days, but where we were when I last looked was where we were last year in another week. So we've had a lot more people sign up this year. We're really excited. I'm so excited about the place we're going. I shared one of them with Marley Bird.
Yeah.
One place where we were going.
It's pretty awesome.
It's pretty great.
Pretty awesome.
And you don't know about the other ones. Like,
I know.
December, like, is always my favorite. Anyway, but we do have that going on. So it's a yarn and bag club. So the yarn is by Destination Yarns. It's an exclusive colorway, designed, inspired by a place by Jean at Destination Yarns. And then the bag is a sheeple that I can't show that one because it hasn't been received. Oh, I have one I can show. Okay. So this was Hong Kong. This was Hong Kong.
Yes, that one was cool.
The little sheep is knitting on this red sailed boat is like a major part of his Hong Kong's history. So the colorway matched this bag. This was a sock bag. And so you get yarn and then a matching bag the next month. So yarn in January, bag in February, yarn in March, bag in April. That's how it moves.
It's nice when you go to your mailbox and it's not all bills. Like it's like, oh, this is lovely.
But we also do a newsletter with pattern suggestions that are both paid and free, knit and crochet. Like there's lots of options in there for you. So you get that, and you get the newsletter with all the yarn information and the patterns with the yarn, and then you get an informative newsletter with like information about the place, with the Sheeple's Adventures, with the bag. So like there's lots, and it's a fun community. Like it's a lot of fun. It's my favorite part of the month. So
there's lots of
join us.
I love it. Last thing, somebody was asking about the turkey trot for the knitters, the downloadable.
Oh, so pretty.
It is so pretty. The downloadable PDF, I'm gonna try and get it available today, but this is my finished one. I don't want to put it on right now, but I mean, where is it? Inside out?
I think you got it inside out, babe.
It's inside out. It's because I took it off. It was hot, guys. I have a hat on.
It's a lot of wool.
I know. All right, so there it is. There's my pocket. You guys see, like, this is.
It has pockets.
It is so awesome. Like,
it's so pretty on.
It's just the best. I don't know if y'all can see the stitches. I mean, they're just fantastic. I purposely chose the honeycomb stitch as much as I did because it gives you the ribbing without it being like ribbing, and it holds the weight of the piece, and it's just beautiful. So I know it's a lot of work to do, but it's worth it. And people are finishing it and they're just like, yep, that was really awesome. That's really awesome. So I'm gonna try, and I think I'm gonna take a picture of that on my mannequin. I wanted it on myself. It's just not gonna happen. The weather is not cooperating with me, so I'm just gonna put it on a mannequin, and I'll just get some other like fancy pictures later and update and do the thing. So that will be coming out. And then the winners, like, you have until I think the end of today to finish yours to be entered for a chance to win the prize. So yeah, those will be chosen real soon too. Gosh,
I love a winner.
I can't believe how fast this year is just. I know that sounds funny. I can't believe how fast this year has gone, but at the same time, it's been a really slow year because it's been 2020. But I'm just like, we are already at the end of the year. Like,
it feels like December. I feel like yesterday was December 1st. Like, it is just like boom, 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 boom. What?
It's crazy.
Like December. It's like December's like we're in the home stretch. We're gonna sprint to the end.
Right. So I told you guys I'm gonna end it all with my quick update on Facebook. So Facebook decides, I guess it takes like 48 hours each time I respond back for them to reply back to me, even though they tell me if we don't hear from you in 48 hours, we'll
close the ticket.
Yeah. And I'm like, so respond back faster. To yesterday's response was, hey, it looks like you moved your page from, hold on, I'm going to open up.
From business to personal.
No, it's like they use different language. Hold on. I'm going to read it so that, because I responded this morning. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. It says, thank you for contacting Facebook Concierge. My name is Christian. I'm replying on behalf of Rita. This is my 5th person. Everybody, every time I get a new person, every time I get a new email, it's a new person. Firstly, we'd like to thank you for your patience.
Okay. Firstly, Firstly is not a word. Sorry.
All right, so it says firstly. Let's see here. And then it says, upon checking further, I can see this page was converted from a profile account. In such cases, that would be a different way to manage them. To manage your page, kindly choose the page from the drop-down menu in the upper right corner. Can I tell you? Yeah, you think so? That's how it works. Facebook, you think I don't know that? You think I don't know that?
My eyes.
That's not the issue here, Christian. It's not the problem. I've discussed with you what the problem is. That's not the problem. I held it together and I replied today.
I'm proud of you.
But I wasn't kind. I said, you've got to be joking with this, Christian. Yes, I'm aware that I have to change from my personal profile to my page profile. That is not the problem. As I've stated before, I believe the problem is that my business is not verified yet. Here's the case number for that. I believe that once Facebook verifies Yarn Sports is the owner of Marley Bird page, and Yarn Sports is owned by Marlena Bird, and Marlena Bird is Marley Bird, this will all be solved. Can we get a solution with this? It's not a matter of me selecting Marley Bird instead of Marley Bird the personal. I'm not that stupid. I'm like, seriously? And I wrote, so on here, I said, I just want to use your platform. Please help me do this. Can somebody call me, please? That's what I wrote. And I'm just like, I mean, and I'm sure, and I said, please schedule a phone call, something with a human. I prefer to not go 48 hours before responses, ... And I'm just like, I'm so over this. So y'all, I'm not leaving Facebook by any means, but not a bad idea to join my newsletter. Just gonna throw that out there because it's things like this that I literally have no control. If Facebook decided to be like, you know what? Nope, we don't want you anymore. That would be it. Like you'd have no way. So just want to just throw that out there. So that's the new Facebook saga. And I'm going on 2 weeks with this. Hi, Caden. Say hi to the world.
Hello, everybody.
This is that's my son Caden, everybody.
Hi, Caden. Did you make your mom something to eat? You made your mom lunch?
That's my nice son right there. All right.
Bye, everybody.
He just made
Bye,
his
Caden.
YouTube appearance. That was so nice of him. Anyway,
He makes her lunch every day, guys. He
does.
makes her lunch every day.
Yeah, well, because he's been home for virtual, and so he's making his own. He's like, "Mom, you want some?" Yeah, I do. He's like, "I gotta make sure you eat. You don't eat, Mom." I'm
Well,
like,
the other day when he came in with the sandwich, I was like, did you make your mom lunch? Like I was being joking because I thought he was just coming in to get chips from Marley.
Yeah.
And he pours chips on her plate and he goes, yeah, I did. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's so sweet.
And it's a good sandwich, y'all. Like,
oh yeah, girl, that sandwich.
French bread toasted with like garlic butter
and cheese.
And then all the it's good.
It was a good sandwich.
So good. My husband taught him well because he takes care of me too. Anyways, so that's the Facebook drama. So let's hope that somebody gets back to me. We'll find out. Anyways, all right. I think we've had enough of their time. Is your person
he's
there
on?
yet?
He just texted me that he's on his way. He lives 1 mile away. So
okay. All right. Well, this perfect ending. All right, Lindsay. Well, hopefully, everybody wants you back here tomorrow. So
okay. Well, I'll do my best.
Okay.
With help here, hopefully that will be a thing. But today I go and pick up my other sewing machine.
All right. Awesome. Darcy's back in the game.
Yep.
All right.
2 people running machines.
Love it.
Boom.
All right. I love you, my friend. I love
you too.
You out there. Make sure you share the 24 Days of Quickies. That is a great way to support all of us designers who are doing this. We would appreciate it. All right. See you tomorrow, Linz.
Bye.